Hi everyone, and welcome back to My Zone Active Kids, where we actively invest in your future. Whose future?
Your future.
My name is Marisol Stoffberg, and today I'm very excited because it's a brand new day, but of course I cannot do this on my own. So with me is my super cool friend. Hi.
Hi friends, my name is Desiree Garces and I am so excited to be here today.
So Desiree, our theme for this week is summer, and today it's all about beach games.
Ooh, everybody loves beach games.
Yay! And that's why we have the beach behind us. Yes, because we like the beach. But before we can do all the beachy things, we need to remind you that you can catch us every single day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 9 on the MyZone and Zashi Facebook pages. And we want to thank our friends at Innovation so much for our super cool beanbags. So if you need anything for your party, please send an email to info@kickstartnam.com. And of course, we have our online school. Desiree, Teacher Muta is doing the best ever.
It's so exciting and so interesting. I love to see it.
So of course, we need to sing a song before we head over to Zoey and Zacky. And our song that we're singing today is one with fish in it because it's beach games. So we are singing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. So you're gonna sing it once, and then we're gonna sing it super fast.
Okay,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? The little finger on my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I got a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because he bit my finger so. Which finger did he bite? The little finger on my right.
Wash up. But now it's time for the fun of the fun of the fun, and we're heading over straight to Zoey and Zacky. Yay!
Hello, how are you? I'm good, I'm wonderful, hooray! Hi friends, I am so happy we get to see all of you again. My name is Zacky, and I love the feeling of sand between my toes on the beach.
Hi beautiful friends, my name is Zoe, and I love how we get to play the most fun beach games in the whole summer.
And we are niece and nephew. This week, we are learning all about summer, and today is all about beach games.
Friends, the beach is the place where the ocean and the sand get together. In Namibia, this is like Hainties Bay and Swakopmund.
Zoe, I love the beach.
Me too, it's like my favorite place ever.
Not only do we get to play in the water, but we can also play the coolest games on the beach.
We can, and one of the games we get to play is frisbee.
I love the word frisbee. It sounds like wee.
It's super fun. It's a super fun game to get to play with your friends and your family. It gets you running and jumping all over the place.
You can play beach tennis too.
Yes, that is my favorite. I really love competition, but I love when the whole family gets to play.
You can also play volleyball. I love how you get to jump and dive and duck and jump again.
Yes, definitely. That is so much fun, all in one.
You can also play rugby
Or soccer,
or tag.
or even play with a beach ball.
Yes, you can literally play any game on the beach, but the important part is to always wear a hat.
And sunscreen.
And drink lots and lots and lots and lots of water.
Yes, and when we play on the beach, we don't feel how hot the sun is because the cool air of the ocean cools us down.
That is why you need to drink water and wear your hat. And
Use your sunscreen.
it really feels like summer when we get to play on the beach, Zoe.
Yes, it really does.
I think it's time for us to sing a super fun song about a sailor that went to the sea now.
Yes. Get ready, friends.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. A sailor went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea. A seahorse went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was a seahorse swimming in the sea. A jellyfish. A sailor went to sea, to see what she could see.
But all
That she could see was a jellyfish swimming and a seahorse swimming in the sea. A turtle. A sailor went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was a turtle swimming and a jellyfish swimming and a seahorse swimming in the sea. An octopus. A sailor went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was an octopus swimming and a turtle swimming and a jellyfish swimming and a seahorse swimming in the sea. A baby shark. A sailor went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was a baby shark swimming and an octopus swimming and a turtle swimming and a jellyfish swimming and a seahorse swimming in the sea. A blue whale
a sailor
went to sea, to see what she could see. But all that she could see was a blue whale swimming and a baby shark swimming and an octopus swimming and a turtle swimming and a jellyfish swimming and a seahorse swimming in the sea.
Wow, that was a very long song.
It was,
I
Zoe.
enjoyed it so much. I had so much fun learning about the beach and the beach games. Now it's time for your fun fact again, Becky.
Ooh, guys, and Zoe, of course, did you know that the sea level rises and falls twice each day along the coast? These high and low tides happen because of the pull of the moon's gravity. Now, how cool is that, Zoe?
So cool. Well, I love your fun fact, Zacky. Friends, remember that we have fun on the beach in the summer.
But that's it from us today, friends. We will see you again tomorrow because Zoe and I need to sing another song.
Yes.
Bye. Hi. So you guys have new guests. Marisol and Desiree are busy with something else. They're busy cooking up a storm. So Wetu is my guest. And since the theme for this week is beach games, we're going to play something called volleyball. You guys know how it's played, right? There's just a shield. We have an invisible shield in front of us. So we're going to see how long we're going to keep the balls in the air. So we're first going to start with the color blue, and then we'll move to the color orange.
Mine is orange.
Yes.
So we're starting with yours.
Yes, we're starting with blue. So we will see how long we keep the balls in the air. Please don't smack me in my face.
I won't.
Are you sure?
Unless it's an accident.
A planned accident. All right, friends. So remember, you can play this with your siblings or with your parents at home. Wetu and I are going to have fun now. Okay, are you ready, Wetu?
Yes, I'm ready. I've been
Okay.
waiting for
Okay.
you to throw those balls.
I'm going to win. You lost.
No.
You lost. Here's the shield, Wetu. Here's the shield.
Now I know. Let's do the second one.
Okay. 1.
2.
Okay, so it's 1-1. Last ball. Okay.
Yes.
1,
2,
3,
4,
5.
6.
I think
Okay.
it's 2-1 now. You have 2
1.
points, ne? Okay.
Now it's time for the orange balls. I think I'm gonna win all of these.
All right.
Since
Let's
they're
see.
Mine.
Okay.
2. You didn't even count with me.
It came so fast, but it's fine. 3-1.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2,
3,
4.
5,
Usually.
2, 3, ne?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the second last one. 1.
Wait, 2, you're throwing out of proportion.
Fine. It's the last one, guys.
So
You
it's
don't have
it's 2, 3 now.
Who has 2?
I have 2.
I have.
No, it's actually 3, 4 now. You
I
have
have
4 and I have 3.
Okay.
So let's see
The
who's
last
taking
one.
this one.
1,
2,
3.
4.
No!
Guys, I
She
won.
just said I'm
No.
going out of proportion. Did you guys see that?
No, they did not. Friends, be honest. But anywho, as I said, you guys can continue playing this. Weto and I are going to get our stationery ready now because it's time for online lessons. Teacher Mutsa, so get ready for pre-primary week 4, lesson 4.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is My Body. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, it's important for us to sanitize. So please take your sanitizer and we are going to sing our special sanitizing song. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Yay! Good job, everyone! Now we are ready. For today's lesson, we will be talking about the letter length and body parts. For our first exercise, boys and girls, let us turn to page 24. On page 24, you can see that we have a special letter, and the sound that this letter makes is everyone, let's say very good, boys and girls. So now we are going to try and find things in our classroom or at home that start with the sound. Let's take a look at the classroom. Now the first thing that I'm sure you can see that starts with the sound is my hat. It is my special hat, and when I'm feeling very happy, I put it on. Everyone, let's say hat. Hat. Very good. The next thing that is on your body already are your hands. Everyone, let's say hands. Hands. Very good. Then I have a special one that starts with, and this one is called a hashtag. Everyone, let's say hashtag. Hashtag. So we have 3 things so far. We have a hat, hands, and hashtag. So now I want you to go around your house and look for things that start with. Remember, boys and girls, the sound is very soft and very quiet. So when you say, don't make your voice deep. So we are going to also show you how to make the big letter and the small letter. But first, let's go back into our exercise and see what they want us to do. In our exercise, we are being asked to color the pictures that make the sound. So, let us take a look at each part. The first one that we can see is an ear. Everyone, let's say ear. Does an ear start with? No, I don't think so. The next one that we can see is a boy, but we are seeing his head. Does the word head start with? Yes, it does. So we are going to color the head. The next one that we can see is the word or the picture of a hand. Does the word hand start with? Yes, it does. So you need to color that as well. Then the last thing that we can see is an eye. Does the word eye start with? No, it doesn't. So we are only going to color the head and the hand. Remember, boys and girls, when we are coloring, we need to make sure that we stay in the lines and leave no open spots. You must color either going up and down or from side to side. Now let me show you how you are going to practice writing the letter. Let's take a look at the board. Now I want you to take your finger and you are going to start at the top. Very good. You are now going to go down a straight line and then you make another straight line. Very good. And a cross. And this is how we make the big. The small ha is very easy. We just go, let's go together, down, up, and round. So I want you to practice the big letter and the small letter. Have fun. I will see you soon. And we will be back after our advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our exercise this time, please can we take a look at page 25. On page 25, we have some naughty worms, and it is going to be our job, boys and girls, to color the short ones. Now remember, short can also mean little, so we don't want the long ones, we want the small ones or the little ones. Let me show you with my hands what short means. Now short means that they are small or little. You can see that the size is not very big at all. But the long ones become a big size, so big that sometimes we can't even see where it starts and where it ends. So remember, short and long. So you are going to color the short ones. I'm going to leave that one for you. Now we're going to go to page 26. On page 26, we have a dolly or a doll. Now this doll is, missing some body parts. And it is going to be our job to color the body parts after we draw them. So we need to find them first and look at the doll carefully. Let's take a look at the first one. The first doll has all her body parts. She has 2 hands, 2 arms, 2 eyes, a nose, 2 ears, but she has 1 leg. So it is our job to draw the missing leg. The next doll has 2 hands, 2 legs, but she is missing her head. So we need to draw the missing head. The rest of the 2 that are at the bottom, I want you to take a good look at them and you are going to draw the missing body part. I am going to fill in the one for the beginning on the board. Let's take a look. Now, I am going to do this one here. As I said before, she has 2 arms, a head, but only 1 leg. So I am going to try and draw her other leg. Now a leg starts from her skirt, going down, and the other side as well. But I must not forget her feet and her toes. And now she has another leg! Yay! Well done, teacher! So you are going to have so much fun filling in the missing body parts. So the first thing you're going to do, boys and girls, on page 25 is color the small or short worms, all of them. And then you're going to go to page 26 and you're going to fill in the missing body parts on our doll. Take your time, please have fun, and I will see you just now after our advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoey and Zacky.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I had so much fun with you today. I hope you also had fun with me. So now that we are done with our lesson, I want you to remember that anytime you get stuck in the middle of an exercise, please ask for help. Now, let us sanitize since we are at the end. Remember, boys and girls, this is how we sanitize. We rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, and on our wrists. Make sure that your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Now that we have come to the end, it is time to say goodbye. And I want Sashi to join us. Sashi, can you come so we can say goodbye to our friends? Oh, there you are. So Sashi, we want to say goodbye. Are you ready? Wonderful. Let's sing our special goodbye song. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. Bye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, My Zone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.
That was so much fun, and now grade ones, I hope you are ready and excited because it's time for week 4, lesson 4 for grade 1.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is customs and ceremonies. And before we get into today's lesson, boys and girls, let us sanitize. Now, you know our special sanitizing song, so let us sing it together. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Yay! Good job, everyone. Now we are ready. For today's lesson, we will be doing addition and patterns. For our first fun activity, boys and girls, please can you turn to page 27. On page 27, we are going to be adding, and we are going to be adding many different types of objects. Now, it is our job to count the objects and write the number to find the total. So I am going to help you with number 1. Number one, we have some delicious strawberries. Yum, 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 yum. So we are going to do that together. Me on the board and you in your book. Let's take a look. Now, I also have delicious strawberries on my board too. And we are going to count them together. So first we're going to count how many strawberries we have here and then write the number down. And then we are going to count how many we have here and write that number down. And then when we are done, we are going to put the total number of strawberries. So let us start. You in your book, me on the board. Let's count our strawberries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 strawberries on this side. So I am going to write my number 6. And then we are going to count the strawberries on this side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 strawberries and we will write the number 3. So far so good. Now we have a sum and it says 6 plus 3. So to get our answer, we need to count all the strawberries. Are you ready? You in your book, me on the board. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 strawberries. So we are going to write the number 9. Good job, everyone. So that is how you do the adding exercise. Please make sure that you first count how many you have on this side and you write the number down. And then you count how many on the other side of the plus sign and you write the number down. Then to get our total, you need to add the strawberries on one side with the strawberries on the other side and you'll get your answer. I'm gonna leave you to do the rest by yourself, but in the meantime, boys and girls, let's now go to page 28. On page 28, we have some beautiful patterns and we are going to draw them again. So on one side, they are showing you how the pattern is made. And then on the other side, it is going to be your job to connect the dots so that you can redraw the pattern. Now I'm going to do the third one with you. 1, 2, 3. The third one with you. Let's take a look at the board. So if you notice, the third one is very, very difficult. That's why I want to do it with you. They start at this dot here. Now I want you to put your finger on the same dot. Very good. Now before we actually redraw, we're going to use our finger just so that we are sure. So they start here and then they go across to the next dot. Are you doing the same? Well done. And then they go down to the next dot. And then they touch the last dot going up. Yes. Let's try that pattern again. So it is on the dot, the first one, and we go across to the middle one. And then we go down to the bottom one. And then we go up to the last one. Very good. Now we are going to try and do it with our pencils. So take your pencil, me with my chalk, you with your pencil, and we're going to try it together. So we start at the first dot and we go across. Very good. Now we are going to go down. Well done. Remember, try hard not to lift up your pencil because if you do, you might get confused. Now the last line they do is up, but across to the last dot. There it is. So try very hard to make your lines straight. Don't be like teacher and make a wrong squiggly line. I want you to make a nice straight line. Let's see. Yes, that's a better straight line. Well done, teacher. So I'm going to erase this one because this one was not very nice. There we go. Now remember, boys and girls, the patterns are different. It's not the same for each one. So before you write a pattern, try it with your finger first, and then you can practice with your pencil. Remember, there are no curved lines. All our lines are straight. So make sure that you make straight lines. How can you do that? By taking your time. I'm going to leave you to finish off your exercise on 27 and exercise on 28, and I will see you after this advert break. Have fun.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Now come to the end of our lesson, and as you know, boys and girls, it's very important for us to sanitize at the beginning and also at the end. Let us sing our special sanitizing song. Are you ready? Let's go. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Sanitize every day so the germs can stay away. Yay! Well done, everyone. I wonder though, before we say goodbye, I haven't seen our little friend anywhere. Sashi, where are you? I thought I saw you a minute ago hiding. Sashi? Sashi? Oh! There he is. Hello, Sashi. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today. And goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, My Zone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.
Wow, guys, that was so interesting. But now it's time for week 4, lesson 4 for grade 2.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school. every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello grade 2s and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is My Family and Summer. And before we get into any lessons, grade 2s, it's very important for us to sanitize. Now remember, when we sanitize, we are showing the world that we are responsible boys and girls and that we care about staying safe from coronavirus. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Well done. For today's lesson, we will be talking about pronouns and problem solving. For our first exercise today, boys and girls, please can you turn to page 25. On page 25, we are going to be doing pronouns, and instead of us writing the pronoun, we are going to circle the pronouns in the sentences. We are going to look for them and then circle them. This means that we have to read very carefully. Now, before we read very carefully each sentence, I'd like us to take a look at the pronouns I have on the board. Now, the pronouns I have on the board is are, he, me, she, you, and it. So some of these pronouns are in your exercise, so you need to listen very carefully for them. Let me say them again. We have me, he, she, you, and it. So now that we have a little hint about the pronouns, let's take a look at our exercise. In our exercise, we're going to read number 1 together. It says, she is trying to catch the butterfly with the net. Let's read it again. She is trying to catch the butterfly with the net. Which one is our pronoun, boys and girls? If you guess that our pronoun is the word she, well done. Good job. I'd like you to please circle the word she. Let's now move on to number 2. Number 2 says, he likes to splash in puddles with the yellow boots. Let's read it again. He likes to splash in puddles with the yellow boots. Where is our pronoun, boys and girls? Remember, a pronoun is a word that can replace a noun. So where do you think our pronoun is? If you guessed that our pronoun is at he, well done. So I'd like you to please circle the word he. Let us now do number 3 together. Number 3 says, it is eating a big green leaf. Let's repeat. It is eating a big green leaf. So, which one is our pronoun? Is it the word is? How about the word big? No, my dear boys and girls, it is the word it. So if you got that one correct, well done. Please circle the word it. The rest of the pronouns you are going to do by yourself. Remember to circle it once you have found it. The other part of this exercise is asking you to complete the sentences by writing the following pronouns. We have the words she, they, them, and he. The words that you can see in brackets are the nouns that you have to replace with a pronoun. Remember, a pronoun is a word that is used to replace a noun. So you need to check with all the words on the top in the box and write them below on the dotted line. Please, when you do this exercise, I'd like you to take your time and make sure that you read each sentence before you say that you are done. I will see you soon after our advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Let's now take a look at our next exercise on page 26. On page 26, you can see that we have some problem solving to do. Now the problems that we can see are there written out as stories. And it is our job to make sure that we find the answers to the questions. Let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says, 6 girls went to the pool for swimming. 4 boys joined them. How many children went for a swim? Let's read it again. 6 girls went to the pool for swimming. 4 boys joined them. How many children went for a swim? Now, the 2 numbers that are important there are 6 and 4. In the story, we are told that there are 6 girls and 4 boys. And then we are asked how many children, which means, my dear children, we need to add 6 girls plus 4 boys. So I'd like you to add 6 plus 4. And then you will get your answer for how many children. Let us do number 4 together. Number 4 says, Sam gave 8 flowers to his teacher. Anne gave 4 flowers too. 3 of the flowers dried up. How many flowers is the teacher left with? Let's read it again. Number 4. Sam gave 8 flowers to his teacher. Anne gave 4 flowers too. 3 flowers dried up. How many flowers is the teacher left with? So the first important numbers that we need to find or work out is 8 and 4. We are told in the story that the teacher got flowers from Sam and from Anne. So we are going to add the flowers from Sam to the flowers from Anne, and they are 8 plus 4 flowers. Once we get our answer, we are going to now take away 3 from our answer because 3 flowers dried up. So we say our answer from 8 plus 4 is going to say answer minus 3. And then from there, we will get our actual answer, which is how many flowers the teacher is left with. So the first thing you're going to do is add 8 plus 4, and then the answer that you get, you're going to subtract 3 from that answer. And then you will have how many the teacher is left with. The other 2 you're going to read and figure out by yourselves. Please take your time, and if there are words that you do not know there, don't be afraid to ask an adult or someone else to read the problem-solving sum for you. But try to work it out by yourselves. Have fun, and I will see you soon after our short advert break.
Follow us on My Zone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zacky.
For our last exercise for this lesson, please turn to page 27. On page 27, you can see that we have a poem. Oh, poems are so beautiful, and this one is about summer. The heading for our poem is Summertime. Now, a poem is different from a story because we don't read poetry, we recite poetry. So we are going to recite this poem and then answer some questions below. I am going to read it and recite it for you, and then we will do it a second time together. Are you ready, boys and girls? Let's go. The heading of our poem is Summertime. Summertime, summertime, let's go out and play. Time for fun and lots of sun. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it rains. I love these kinds of days. Summertime, summertime, swimming to stay cool. Summertime, summertime, I love to see the flowers bloom. Oh wow, this poem is so beautiful. Now let us try and say it again. Remember, if you have a passage or a poem, you must read it 3 times. The first time is for you to understand. Then the second time is for you to find your answers. And then the third time is to make sure that your answers are correct. So let us read it a second time. Remember, when we are reading poetry, we say we are reciting the poem. Are you ready? The heading of our poem is Summertime. Summertime, summertime, Let's go out and play. Time for fun and lots of sun. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes it rains. I love these kinds of days. Summertime, summertime. Swimming to stay cool. Summertime, summertime. I love to see the flowers bloom. So now that we have read it and recited it a second time, not 3 times, a second time, we are now going to answer the questions. Now, number 1 says, what is the name or the title of the poem? What is the name or the title of the poem? Number 2 says, name 2 things in the poem that you can do during summer. Name 2 things that you can do during summer that have been said in the poem. Number 3 says, make use of the words in the box to complete the sentences. So I'm going to recite the poem a 3rd time, and it'll be your job to answer the questions. The title of our poem is Summertime. Summertime, summertime. Let's go out and play. Time for fun and lots of sun. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes it rains. I love these kind of days. Summertime, summertime. Swimming to stay cool. Summertime, summertime. I love to see the flowers bloom. Once you're done answering the questions, boys and girls, please go back to the poem, recite it again by yourselves to check your answers. I will see you soon after this advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
We have now come to the end of our lesson. Now remember, boys and girls, if you don't know what to do or if you're not sure about your answers, you can always ask for help. Now that we are done, it is good for us to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are showing the world that we care enough to stay far, far away from coronavirus. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I feel like going outside today. I want to take Sashi with me. Sashi, where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello, Sashi. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, My Zone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.
Mutsa continues to make life the best ever. She is the coolest teacher ever, and it doesn't end there because grade 3s, we did not forget about you. Now it's time for your week 4, lesson 4 for grade 3.
Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is My School and Summer. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, it is important for us to sanitize. Remember, when we sanitize, we are showing the world that we are responsible boys and girls and we care about staying safe from coronavirus. Well done. Our lesson for today is all about number names, addition, and multiplication. For our first exercise, boys and girls, let us turn to page 24. On page 24, you can see that we are doing numbers. And not just any numbers, we are going to fill in the grid. Now you can see that we start at 101. And then we move on to the next one, which is 102. Well done. So that is the one that you need to fill in. The rest, I know you can do it by yourselves if you are counting out loud. Remember to check by counting again from 101 up until 150. The next exercise is you practicing your number names. Now this one, I'm not going to give you any other number names, but what we're going to do is we're going to do some flashcards together, and then you will be able to do the number names by yourself. Let's take a look. So the first number name we have is 1. Very good. This one is 2. 2. Let's move on. 3. 3. Very good. 4. 4. Make sure you are looking at how the words are spelled. Let's move on. 5. 5. 6. 6. 7. 7. Very good. Make sure you check how they are being spelled. 8. 8. 9. 9. 10. 10. And we are moving on still. 11, 11, 12, 12. Well done. Look at how it's spelled. 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Take a good look at the spelling. Very good. 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, and the last one, take a good look, 20, 20. Well done. So please make sure that you check the spelling before you write it down. Now let us move on to the next exercise on page 25. On page 25, we are going to be filling in the missing numbers to complete the sum. This is called bridging, and not just any bridging, this is addition. So when we are doing bridging, we need to build. We are building the sum. And how are we going to build the sum if one number is missing? Well, this one, boys and girls, is very easy. Instead of adding, because we already know the answer is 10 for everything, we are going to be subtracting. Yes, we will be subtracting. And that is how we are going to build our sums. So we are going to do number 1 together. Let us take a good look at the board. Number 1 says 3 plus box equals 10. So that is what we have for our number 1. 3 plus box equals 10. So what we are now going to do is, instead of adding, we are going to subtract. Now we have 10 already, so we can either count on to go to the next number, or we can subtract. Let's use counting on. We already have our number 3, so we are going to count on from 3 going to the next number up until we get to 10. So let us count. We have 3 here, so we're going to count on until we get to 10, making our number 4 1. So let us go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer in the box is going to be 7. Now you can even subtract, but I want you for this time to only use counting on. So you will count on from the number till you get to 10. So please put a 7 in the box. Let's do number 2 together. Number 2 says box plus 8 equals 10. So box plus 8 equals 10. It is our job to find out what the box is. And remember, we are going to be counting on. So we are going to start counting on from the next number after 8. We have this number, and this will be our 1 up until we get to 10. So let us count. Are you ready? 1, 2. So our answer for the box is 2. So we are going to write 2. Remember, there is a way of subtracting and there is a way of counting on. So we are going to use the counting on because it's much easier, boys and girls. Let's try the third one together, and that is the last one I'm going to help you with. Let's see. What does the third one say? It says 6 plus box equals 10. Remember, all our answers are going to be 10, so this is going to be very easy for us. Now, which number are we counting on from? We have 6 and we need to find our answer. So if we point to 6, we will be starting at the next number till we get to 10. Are we ready, everyone? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is 4. So we will put our answer in the box. So now that you know what to do, I would like you to please take your time, count, and remember we already have the answer behind the equal sign, but what we want to build is the one in the boxes. Please use count on. We will use subtraction another time. So take your time and I'll see you soon after the short commercial break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our next exercise, please can you turn to page 26. On page 26, we are going to be adding again, but this time we are going to be using a different way of adding. I'd like you to take a look at our example. This type of adding, we will be using Mr. Tens and Mrs. Units to help us. So first, we are going to break down the number and we are going to put it separately from the others. The tens on them by themselves and the units by themselves. So we have 40 plus 53. So we need to separate 53 into 50 plus 3. So our sum will now say 40 plus 50 plus 3. And then we add the tens together, which will give us 90. After adding the tens, we will bring down our unit, and our unit is 3. So our sum will now read 90 plus 3. And 90 plus 3 will give us our final answer, which is 93. We are going to try the first one together. Are we ready? Let's take a look at the board. So remember, we first need to put the tens together. This is Mr. 10, and this is Mr. 10. So we need to bring them down in their tens, which will read 50 plus 30. And then we also have our units. So this is our unit and this is our unit. 5 is our unit and 2 is our unit. So we bring them down and we say plus 5 plus 2. So our sum now when we break it apart says 50 plus 30 plus 5 plus 2. Now we need to add the tens together. We know this by just adding the beginning of our tens, which is 5 plus 3. So 5 plus 3, boys and girls, is 8. So we write our 8, but we don't forget the 0. So now it says 80. So we have added our tens and now we need to add our units. So we say 80 plus, and then we say, what is 5 plus 2? 5 plus 2 gives us 7. Well done. So we are going to write a 7. Now our sum says 80 plus 7. And what is 80 plus 7, my dear children? Well, you count on. And we replace this 0 with a 7. So our final answer is 87. That is how we do our addition. Let's try number 2 together. I hope you are following. Number 2 says 64 plus 32. So what is the first thing we're going to do, boys and girls? Yes, we will find our tens and units. So the first one is a 10. And the next one is a 10 as well. So we have 60 and 30. So we need to write it down. It will become 60 plus 30. But we are still continuing because we have our units as well. So we are going to first mark our units so that we don't get lost. So the first unit we have is 4. So we say plus 4. And we are continuing with our next unit, which is 2. So we say plus 2. Now we have broken down our sum and we're going to start by adding the tens. So we are going to add these two together. Now if you cover the zeros, you will find that it will say 6 plus 3. So what is 6 plus 3, boys and girls? It is 9. And then we add our 0. Because 0 plus 0 equals 0. Then we are going to now add our units because we are done with our tens. So our units are 4 plus 2. And what is 4 plus 2, boys and girls? Yes, it is 6. So we write our 6 here. Now our sum says 90 plus 6. So what is 90 plus 6? Well, first we put our 10 down, which is 9. And then we replace the 0 with the 6. So our answer will become 96. Now I want you to take your time when you're doing these sums because sometimes they can be a bit tricky. So I will leave you to do it for later. Right now, let us go to page 27. On page 27, we have multiplication. Now, multiplication can be difficult if you do not have the correct counters. Remember, multiplication is just adding on from the last number that we have seen. The first one they give us for number 1 is 3. So the answer is 3. If we say 3 times 1, our answer is 3. So we need to now add 3 more to find out what 3 times 2 is. So you are going to add from 3 and you're going to count on. So let us count on. From 3, only 3 times. Are you ready, boys and girls? Okay, I have my counters here today and I hope you have yours too. Remember, counters can be anything. Today, I would like to use my colors as counters. So we know that we have 3 and we need to move on to the next one. So I am going to have my red markers as my counting colors. The one that is red only is our answer. So we are moving on from 3 and we are saying 4, 5, 6. So our answer is 6. So where you have put the 3 times 2, please write 6. Now we're moving on from 6 and we're counting 3 more. So we say 7, 8, 9. So our next answer for 3 times 3 is 9. Please write 9. Then the next one after that is from 9 counting on and 3 times. Let's go. 10, 11, 12. So our next answer for 3 times 4 is 12. So you can continue this until you are done with your multiplication circle. Remember, counters can be anything, just so long that your answer counter is a little bit different from the others as well. Take your time with both exercises and remember to look at the examples so that you will get your answers correct. We'll be back after this short advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zacky.
I hope you managed to finish your multiplication circle. Remember, maths is important for us and it becomes easy so long we practice, practice, practice. Now that we have come to the end, it is very important for us to sanitize. Remember, boys and girls, we sanitize to show everyone that we care about staying safe and far away from coronavirus. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Well done. I want to go outside and have some fun in the sun, but I need a hat. So I'm going to put on my summer hat and look for my friend Zacky. Zacky? Zacky, Zacky, there you are, Zacky. Are you ready to go outside with me? Wonderful. So, from Zacky and I, we would like to say thank you so much, everyone, and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, My Zone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.
Wow, guys, that was so amazing. Teacher Musa does actually a phenomenal job. So, guys, that's it for today's Active Kids. See you guys
Tomorrow,
same time, same place.